Alright, so today I'm going to be reading the AITA subreddit, where basically I'm going to read the story that somebody posted and try to decide whether they were in the wrong or the right. Okay, this is the story. I, 24M, have a son 5 with my ex Haley, 24F. We broke up 3 years ago and we share custody of our son. Our relationship was bad before we broke up. I could never get anything right. Haley wanted to stay home with our son, so I worked extra hard to provide for us. But when she accused me of trying to keep her at home all the time by staying at work so late. If I took our son for the day, she'd accuse me of trying to come between them. But then, if I spent time with him on and off throughout the day, she'd accuse me of not being involved enough. She didn't like my cooking, but complained when I didn't make more food. She also gets mad when I don't pack a lunch for her and when I make one just for me. She'd get angry with me if I didn't want her to go out with her friends if I had work in the morning. She told me a single parent would deal with work and getting up with the kid, so I could. But if she wanted to go somewhere in the morning, I'd better make sure I was there and waking up. It didn't matter that I was working crazy long hours so she didn't have to work. She told me to be a real man. She also hated that I wouldn't spend time with her family, but she always made crap up to them, so they hated me. Like I could be feeding our son, playing with him, and I was such an a-hole for taking the baby from his mom, according to the family. Or because I was playing with our son, I was a lazy bum who never worked and wanted their poor daughter/sister to work. Okay, so what I think about the story is, honestly, I think your wife is just kind of being a jerk. Like everything's setting her off. I don't really know. Yeah, I think she's in the wrong. But let's check some of the updates. So the first update, I broke up with her because it wasn't healthy and only got worse. Her family told me they were glad she was finally done with a piece of crap like me and she could do so much better. Yeah, I think the family's kind of being mean right here. I honestly feel bad for him because he has to work and deal with that. Breaking up with her was a good move. He kind of dodged a bullet. Let's see the other update because looks like there's a couple. Excuse me. A few months after we broke up, she started dating this other guy. Then she wanted me out of our son's life and she tried to file for sole custody, stating I didn't deserve to be a dad and I wasn't a good one. That's rough. Wow. Her family all said I had poor character and would not be a good influence on my son. The judge told them she should have chosen a different father then and our son had the right to a relationship with me. 50-50 was maintained. That seems fair. The judge kind of came in clutch because if he lost the son, it was going to be all over. Um, I definitely think you should be like, if you guys were like texting back and forth stuff like that, you should be like documenting this and stuff because that could probably be useful later. Because like, yeah, um, my ex had her boyfriend threaten me twice, and I reported him to the cops both times, which got him a pretty strong warning the second time because I recorded him at my door. Yeah, I should be documenting these things, as I said. Oh, this is a big update. They broke up 7 months ago because my ex is pregnant and he doesn't want a kid. Wow. For the past month, she's been asking me to take her son on as my own. She sent me scanned photos. She sent me a photo of our son in a Big Brother to be shirt. She sent baby photos of our son, saying her son could be a mini version of him and how he deserves a dad like our son has. Wow, what a turn of events. Um, she told me it would be cruel to have one with the dad and the other rejected by his. That was your fault. You should have just picked a different dad. Like you guys probably should have communicated. Like if he didn't want a dad, or if he didn't want to be a dad, then you shouldn't have had a baby in the first place. I told her I wasn't going to raise her son and tie myself to her more. I told her she needs to find someone who'll be good to both of the boys and focus on that, or just be a good mom and trust her son will be fine without a dad. I agree with him. He's made some pretty good decisions. One bad decision was dating her. If she acted like that all the time, she probably should have cut it off sooner. I'm glad he did cut it off though. Um, yeah, that's kind of rough. Wow. Um, believe this is second to last update. Let's see. Her family tried to convince me whenever I see them, and they tried to ignore this. I ignore them and walk on without acknowledging them. The change since I w- the change since I was the worst influence ever when it was our son is startling. Yeah, that's crazy. They're always siding with her. I think her family's crazy and she's crazy. Let's keep on reading though. Her family just tried to convince me, but whenever I see oh, no, I already read that. My bad. The change Oh my gosh. The other night, my ex called me at 3 a.m. and I freaked out thinking something was wrong with our son. But instead, she was crying and worrying about her son and saying he needs me. I have a feeling she's faking these tears and doesn't want just doesn't want another child. She dug her own grave pretty much. Th- I haven't read the rest of it yet, but I feel like this guy needs to just cut her off completely and only communicate with her when he's grabbing his son. It may sound a little cruel, but I think it's kind of what she deserved, but I'll keep on reading. I made it clear I'm not doing anything for her second child and she's on her own with him. I told her he will never be my son or family and she needs to let it go. Yeah, yeah, smart decision. All right, let's leave the last update, then we can check out some comments, and then I'll reveal what I think about the whole story, which you guys can probably already tell. Ever since that call, her texts are angry instead of pleading. We're back to me being the worst AITA for my stance. Yes, that's the last thing. So, I have a couple thoughts about this, but first, let's read some of the comments. Let's see here. Offer to take 100% of custody 100% custody of your son to make her life easier since she seems to be so stressed out right now. NTA. I agree. Yeah, just offer if you're so stressed out about having having two children, then just request to take your son in general. Like, yeah. Let's see. Are there any other comments that stand out? Hmm. Yeah. Definitely go back to a judge and point out the change in character witness claims. The threats made to you by her chosen partner and the you're that put potential danger that put your son in. Yeah, I agree with this. Yeah, definitely should have been documenting all this. Go to court, show them all this, show like how angry and stuff and all the things she's been sending and stuff. Show it to the judge, and then ask for full custody of your child. I think. So in the end, I'd say NTA, not the jerk. Thank you for watching. Bye.